Hi everybody. As many of you know, I go around and I talk at high school health classes about teen depression and suicide. And the reason I do is because, one, I've been there, and I know how horrible it can be as a teen, as an adult. And I've had too many people that I know that have taken their own life. It's something I'm really passionate about because I remember the feelings of anxiety and pressure and not knowing how to cope. And then I just, like the kids tell me, many people turn to drugs and alcohol because they're mood-altering chemicals, and no one wants to be anxious and no one wants to be depressed. And then I see and I hear too many people that just give up on life. And they're not the drug addicts that are laying in the alleys. They're not people in homeless shelters. They are people just like you and me. They're our kids. They're our friends. They're sitting beside us in church. And I know because I was one of them. It's a silent killer. We don't feel like we can tell anybody. We feel all alone. We feel we have no place left to go, and we're just completely hopeless. Honestly, I should have died many times just by my own choices of bad mistakes that I made. And I know that God saved me. Like, I know that. Like, He physically kept me alive. Because I know there were times that I wanted to die and I wished I would have, but I just want to take my own life. And the only reason I am alive now is not just because God saved me, but then when I turned to Him and I found that He gives me a hope and a love that I can't find anywhere else, that's when I knew, like, I need to tell people. You know, in Deuteronomy 30, God says, "Today I'm giving you a choice between life and death." Choosing life means that you're choosing me. You're going to love me with all your heart, soul, and mind. You're going to follow my commands, which really is to love yourself as you love your neighbors as yourself. And I can go on and on about that. But then if you choose death, there'll be destruction. And I don't think He's talking about like an earthquake that's going to destroy you. I think a lot of times it's a self-destruction. Just like how transformation is from the inside out, so can be self-destruction in the inside until it does take us. So I'm desperate for people to choose life. But the thing I think about now as a believer, the thing I think about now is trying to run a ministry, is that I'm not sure people know there's a choice. I'm not sure people know there's a choice between life and death. I'm not sure that people know that there is a hope. They don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. All they feel is darkness. But Jesus is the light. He can be the light that just makes the darkness not seem so bad. So even though in the Bible God says, I want you to choose life, today please choose life. Oh, if only you would choose life. But people need to know there's a choice. People need us. People need us. People need to know there's a choice. Help me stop this. And I'm not doing near enough, and I'm not perfect at all. But if you understand there's a difference, if you understand there's a hope that can't be measured and a love that can't be measured by anything in this human world and this earthly world that we live in, if you understand there's something more than that, don't you want others to know it? Or do you want to keep seeing people turn to drugs and alcohol and ruin their lives? We think they're choosing it. It's addiction, it's a disease, and it's not that easy to break. We want to keep seeing and hearing about teenagers that have everything going for them, choosing death. Or your friends, your classmates, your parents. Do you want to keep reading about it, or do you think you can make a difference? It's not so much that you can make a difference as that Christ can make a difference through you. I'm passionate about this. I don't want to read about another one. I know that's a miracle that's going to have to take place. It's going to have to be an act of God to say there's no suicides this year. But I believe God can do it. He can do it through us. That's why He put us here. We're here to do His will and to bring Him glory. Let others know there's a choice. Life or death. Jesus or self-destruction. Choose life. There is hope. And it's only found in Him. I love you guys.